Hi there. Today I'm going to be showing you how to compare mesh topologies by inspecting the routing tables on certain routers. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the inspect tool to inspect the current routing table on the HQP router right here and the HQF router right here. So we're going to go ahead and hit I, and that'll bring up the inspect tool, and we're going to check out HQP and click on routing table. Alrighty, and as you can see here, it has all the routes right here, and these are all configured. So you can see 192.168.0.0/26. The next hop in that is 192.168.0.193. We're good to go there. And let's go ahead and check out the routes on the HQF table, on the HQF router. So we're going to go here and go to routing table. And you can see here 1.172.16.3.0. Next hop is 1.72.16.3.193. And what it wants us to do is go ahead and note the route that it takes to get to the 192.168.0.204 network on the HQP router. So let's check that out. So what we need to do is, here is the 204 network. Or sorry, these two represent the 204 network. And we'll go ahead and look at it down at the bottom there and see if we can figure it out. So in order to get there, we go from the 192.168.0.196/30, which is the HQP router, and the 204 is right here. So it looks like it would have to hop through 193 as well as 198. And let's see if we can find those real quick. Okay, and that's pretty much the information that we need, is just what hops it takes in order to reach the certain network. So we're going to go ahead and do the same for 172.16.3.196. We're going to check here. Bring it up so you guys can see it. And here's the one that they're talking about here. And it looks like the next hops it's going to take is 172.16.3.193 and then 172.16.3.206. Those are the routes to get to the 196 that we're looking for. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shut down interfaces to see how it affects the routing tables. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go to BR2P right here. We're going to take it off the inspect tool. All right, bear with me one second here. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and shut down the serial 001 interface on BRP2. So we're going to bring up this on here. Go into configuration, the serial 001, and we're going to shut it off. And after we shut it off, we're going to go ahead and observe the routing tables on HQP again and see how that getting shut down has affected it. So we're going to go ahead and look into here. Boom. And as you can see, quite a few of the routes were taken away because this is no longer a viable way for the information to travel. So what we're going to do is we're going to close the routing table back up and then bring that interface back up. So just bear with me one second here. Bringing it back up, and we're going to give it a second to go ahead and bring for the network to reconverge and all that good stuff. All right, we're waiting for the network to converge again, so we're going to see if it has converged yet, and we're going to hit I. Inspect HQP and hit that routing table, and as you can see, all the routes that were previously there are back in, including the one with the 204, which is the serial interface that we shut down right here. You can see this goes through the 01, this goes through the 01, and this goes through the 01, as well as that. We're good to go there. And it wants us to determine which interface is used to reach network 168 or 192.168.0.160. And you can see here the interface that is used to reach that is the serial 001. And now what we're going to do is we're going to close this out. We're going to go back to B2RP, and we're going to shut down serial 00 interface. Okay, that's off. And now we're going to observe the routing table again. And you can see it removed a few of those off of the list, mainly the ones that took the route, the 196 route. As you can see, it is not populated in here since the interface is shut down. And you can also see that previously when we got to the 160 network, it would take the serial 01 route, but now it's the serial 00 route. But then it's going to go through the 010 instead of the 000 route since it's shut down. Okay. See, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and repeat those steps that I just did, but we're going to go ahead and view it in simulation mode here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to go to simulation here, and it's only on ERGRP packets right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit capture forward, and it'll show you the routes of each of the packages. Okay, that's the wrong one, so let's go ahead and stop this. So we're going to reset the simulation, and what we want to do is we want to observe something from, for instance, HQP, so we're going to go ahead and use that as, there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and use capture forward. For some reason it doesn't want to show. There we go. And now you can see that there is a packet there at BR3P. We're going to go forward. Sends it up to HQP. HQP interprets the package. Shows that it's a match. See where it goes from there. Sends it to SWHQP. And we're good to go there. So now, and that demonstrates how it works with a partial mesh topology. So now what we want to do is we want to check out a full mesh topology, which is HQF here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to real time, and we're going to shut down the serial interface on BR2F. Serial 001 interface, and observe the routing table on the HQF. Shut that off. Go to inspect here, and it brings up the routing tables for that. And what a full mesh topology does is allows for redundancy. So if one link goes down, no matter what, it can still get to its destination. It might just take a little longer. So for instance, if something from the SWBR2F needed to get up to the SWBR1F, it would go through this, across, and then up to the destination. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and bring that interface back up. Close that down, and then we're going to see the routing tables again, check them out, see if it populated with everything back. And as you can see, it repopulated all the routes because the interface came back up, so it does not have to repopulate it to account for the downlink. And it wants to know which interface is used to reach network 172.16.3.128. And you can see here that it is the serial 001 interface. So what we need to do now is on router B2RF, we're going to shut down serial 00 and see how that affects the network topology. Turn that off, and it shuts the link down that goes across. We're going to go ahead and check into the routing tables again. And you can see here that the route before would be 172.16.3.204, but it is no longer in there since we shut down that link. It is not a viable link anymore. And the HQF now will get to the 128 network using the serial 010 interface. And the 000 interface instead of the 001 interface that you used previously. So we're going to bring that interface back up and check out the topology again. Close that down. I'm going to go ahead and inspect the HQF router again. And you can see here that we got the 128 again. And if you noticed before, the 128 had 2 hops or 2 routes on it because of the shutdown interface, but now it only has the one, the serial 001 interface, in order to reach its destination. And now what we're going to do is, as we did with the other one, we're going to check this out in simulation mode and see the travel of a packet. So we have ERGRP right here, and what we're going to do is first we're going to shut down serial interface 001 on BR2F and then observe the flow of the So let's go ahead and check it out. We're going to go ahead and capture forward, and you can see it sent it that way, and let's keep going. And it sends it back. And as you can see, all of these routers are just exchanging info to see where the packages go, where they need to go, and accounting for the link that is broken. So they're sending them to each other through the non-broken links. So we're going to go ahead and stop that. I'm going to reset the simulation. And then we're going to bring it back up and check it out again and see how it would do it instead with the 001 back up. So that's back up, and let's go ahead and view it this time. So as you can see this time, instead of it sending down this way, across that way, up this way, and down that way, it uses this route as well in order to compare where it needs to go. And that is a positive part of a full mesh topology, is redundancy, but it can take longer for a packet to reach its destination due to this. And then what we're going to do last is shut down 00 and observe it, and then bring it back up and observe it. So we're going to go ahead and reset the simulation again. Go to here, shut down 00, and then we're going to check it out, see how it goes. And as you can see, it sends it on the outside line since the inside link is not a viable way. And it's still exchanging the info, trying to make sure the packets get to the correct destinations. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reset simulation, turn it back on, and then observe one more time, and it should go back to how we had it before. And as you can see, there we go, exchanging the info, making sure it gets the correct destination. And it looks like it is good to go. Alrighty, well I do thank you for watching my video on comparing a partial mesh topology as well as a full mesh topology. I hope you found it informative. And for Don, the 100% completion, even though this started as 100%, I do thank you and I hope you have a great day.